Ahoy!
Welcome to episode 18 of Bottom of the Stream.
Yes, number 18. Last week the podcast could drive.
Yeah.
Now it can drink.
Hopefully not both at the same time.
No, oh, that would be bad.
That would be bad.
Can't have any podcasts going to prison for drunk driving.
No, that'd be crazy.
No.
What? Yeah. You're talking crazy talk. How are you? I've not seen you for ages.
Yeah, very good. It's very hot on the podcast boat.
It is boiling. It is so hot on this boat tonight. Due to the skill of Podbean being able to schedule recordings, we've not missed a week, but we haven't actually seen each other for 5 weeks. I think we just worked it out at.
Yeah.
So
yeah, due to holidays and...
Yeah, so if we sound a bit, don't know, what am I going to say?
I don't know, happy to see each other?
Happy, yeah.
Not happy to see each other?
Excited? We might be a bit loopy tonight, we haven't seen each other for so long. Anyway, shall I do the socials?
Yeah, I've just noticed the format has gone out the window
already.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because we've not introduced ourselves.
Oh.
I mean, most people know who we are, but new people might not.
Well, I'm Adam.
I'm Nick.
There you go. That's that done. Job done.
Go for it. Go
right.
social.
Socials are... Where do I start? Facebook. Facebook.com/bottom of the stream. Twitter is BOTS_podcast. Same as Instagram. The website is bottomofthestream.podbean.com. And I've forgotten one. The bottomofthestream@gmail.com is the email address.
That's a good effort.
I think, yeah, because I haven't done them for ages. So, yeah, follow us on all the social medias. We'll chat away to you all night if we have to, or if we want to, and go from there.
Yeah, any chance you get, if you want to recommend any films to add to the list, we will do.
Absolutely.
Had one this week, didn't we?
Yeah, I've had one this week from a listener.
So, yeah, we'll do that, and we'll see what the randomizer picks.
Sounds good to me. Have you had any feedback from any previous episodes?
Have we?
Yeah. Well, we got speaking to some guys from a podcast, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
So during the Between Worlds episode,
yeah,
we mentioned that it would be a good idea to run a Nicolas Cage style podcast.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Where you just follow Nicolas Cage's films through his career.
I think I said, didn't I? There's
scope.
Over 100 Nicolas Cage films. Therefore, there's plenty of content if someone wanted to do a Nicolas Cage only podcast.
And it turns out somebody does want to do that, because these guys are doing it. They are called Cage Kiss, and they run a podcast where they talk each week about a Nicolas Cage film.
They're going through them in
order. Yeah, chronological order. So check those guys out. Search for Cage Kiss on all the best podcast apps. CageKiss.com is their website. So I said I'd do a shout out to them, and I have. Hopefully they'll return the favour.
No, check it out.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's good. I've listened to a couple of them now, and they're good fun. They're good people.
And who knows, maybe with the sheer amount of films that Nicolas Cage has put out in the last couple of years, he may reappear on this podcast in the future.
Hopefully.
I'm not saying hopefully after watching that last film.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Anyway, what's next? So, bit of sad news.
Yeah, there is a bit of sad news this week.
Unfortunately, the passing of Rutger Hauer.
Yes.
Now, Rutger Hauer is probably best known, obviously, for Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Roy Batty.
Yeah.
The Hitcher.
Yeah.
But what I know him best for,
and
most memorable for,
me too,
is a
I
film
know exactly what you're going to say.
That would be right at home at the bottom of the stream.
Yeah, unfortunately, it isn't on Netflix, but it would be right. It's like it'd be like the king of the bottom of the stream. I think
if it ever drops on Netflix, we should just do it.
Just do it anyway.
Yeah, we'll break the randomizer, and
I'm happy with that. So,
and that film is
Hobo with a Shotgun.
Hobo with a Shotgun,
which is an incredible film. Everything about that film is amazing. I think I even own it on Blu-ray, and I own like 4 Blu-rays.
Really?
Yeah, and I think I have got it on Blu-ray.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that is sad news, because he wasn't even that old.
No, 65,
65, I think, yeah, something like that. Yeah, really sad news. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream this week?
I have over the last couple of weeks.
I've got something I really want to talk about.
Right, okay.
But go on.
Over the last couple of weeks, I watched Stranger Things.
Yeah,
everyone else has.
As everybody else on Netflix in the world.
I saw some insane statistic.
Go on.
I'm not... People are going to probably correct me that I've got this totally wrong. But I'm sure it was something like 30 million downloads.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's possibly even more than that.
Boggles my mind.
Yeah, it's crazy. Any TV channel in the world would kill for those sort of figures.
But I thought it was great.
I loved it. I thought it was really good. I think season 2 is possibly a little bit better. But I did really enjoy season 3.
Yeah,
it's really good. Get out there and watch it. Now, I've been watching a reality TV show on Netflix.
RuPaul's Drag Race?
No. Oh. Although I did watch a few episodes of that around your house a few weeks ago. I've been watching Blown Away. Which is Incredible.
Amazing. Do you know what? That's made me gasp? Because me and my wife watched the trailer for that the other night, and I said, "This looks amazing."
I've watched
to watch it
in the last 3 days. I watched all 10 episodes.
Amazing.
They're only on for about 25 minutes. Now, if you don't know what it is a bit like the Great British Bake Off, but for glassblowers in America. So there's 10 American glassblowers competing to be the best glassblower.
All right.
Do you know what they call the winner of each episode?
Best blower.
Best in blow. Which is brilliant, but it could also work if they're doing best in glass.
Top of the glass.
It's top of the glass, exactly.
Amazing.
I tell you what, no joke, it's brilliant.
I thought it looked brilliant.
I don't do reality TV, as you know, but I couldn't not watch it.
I'm totally going to check it out. This genuinely is the first time we've talked about this.
Yeah, it is.
We've not talked about this.
I've deliberately not talked to you about it because I wanted to talk to you about it on here.
Off microphone. Yeah. And we watched the trailer and I went, this looks amazing.
And it is amazing. The moments where they drop or break or smash whatever they're making, it's genuinely heart-in-mouth moments. And it's horrible, but it is a brilliant piece of TV.
Excellent.
Definitely go out there and watch Blown Away. So I think with that, we're ready to talk about our film of this week.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I sure am.
Okay, what was this week's film? What came out of the bag?
So this week we are talking about a film called When We First Met from 2018.
Yes, correct.
And it stars Adam Devine.
Adam Devine as Noah.
And
Alexandra Daddario
as Avery.
Daddario is a good word.
It is.
It's fun to say.
It sort of, it's quite relaxing to say.
Daddario. It's like an 80s song.
Or an Italian footballer or something.
Yeah, it was directed by Ari Sandel, who directed The Duff. I haven't seen The Duff, but...
I haven't seen The Duff.
It's quite highly rated, I think.
Yeah, it is reasonably well thought of as a rom-com.
This film is a little bit higher up the stream than we would normally go. Do you agree?
I think I've come to realise that since it's come out of the bag.
Yes, me too. And I've spoken to a couple of my friends about this film and they'd both seen it.
Yeah.
Which made me think, okay, maybe it's not as unknown as we thought it was.
But, well, I mean, we'll come into talking about that as we go through it, but it's prime Netflix made stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a rom-com, got reasonably recognisable people in it.
Yeah.
Not too taxing.
I think at some point in its life cycle, this probably was near the top of the stream.
Yeah.
But when this got added to... I don't know which one of us added it to the list.
I'm not sure.
I'm positive that I'd never heard of it before this.
I'd definitely never heard of it.
And I think that's going to happen, especially with Netflix originals, because we say we talk about films that Netflix don't talk about, but all of their originals at some point get tweeted about.
Yeah, so I had a quick look, and it said this came out near the start of 2018. We're now in mid...
So it's 18 months old.
Yeah, it's 18 months old, so it's obviously gone well off the rotation of that.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely further down the stream now than it was.
But I can imagine this, when it came out, being reasonably pushed.
Yeah, so I'm not going to apologise for doing this film, but it certainly is a little bit further up than we would normally go.
I feel it's probably the most mainstream thing we've talked about.
Agreed. I think you're right. But
hey-ho. Look at the draw.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd never heard of it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have never heard of it until you get to watch it. And now you've watched it, hopefully, or you're going to watch it. We'll see. So what is it? What is it about?
It is essentially about a sort of down on his luck, nice guy.
Yeah.
Who gets friend-zoned by the girl of his dreams.
Yeah.
But in a part Groundhog Day, part big sort of way, finds a time-travelling photo booth.
Yeah, he does.
So he can retry the first meeting with this girl.
Yeah, he gets to retry every time when he met her and see if he can unfriend zone himself. And we go from there.
So this film is essentially set in both 2017 and 2014.
Yes, it is.
And,
so he gets to travel 3 years back in time.
Yeah.
Like we said, stars Adam Devine as Noah. Is it Devine or Devine? Nobody will tell me.
I don't know.
I've even gone on YouTube and looked at interviews with him, and nobody even says his name ever. So I don't know if we're saying it wrong. I'm going with Devine.
Yeah, I think so.
I do as well. But if we're saying it wrong, then apologies. Isn't there as much stuff on Netflix as we thought it was? I had a look, and there's about 3 or 4 things in there with him in.
Is that all? Because I feel like I see his face.
It does feel like
Netflix
he's in everything on Netflix, and he isn't. So, but he does have a stand-up show on Netflix.
Okay.
So I've not seen it.
Those Pitch Perfect movies are always on TV as well. So
Yeah,
maybe
so he's just one of those guys who you're gonna know. You're gonna know him just by seeing his face. You're gonna know who he is. So the film's set in New Orleans in 2017 and 2014 on Halloween.
Yeah.
So it's another Halloween film.
Yeah.
We tend to go, I don't know why, but we tend to go for films that are based around occasions.
We've seen quite a lot of holiday set films.
We've done a couple of Christmassy set films. This will be the second Halloween set film we've done. So, in fact, maybe the third. Was Don't Kill It around Halloween? I've got a feeling it was. I might be wrong.
No, that was Christmas.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, there was Christmas.
Murder Party was definitely Halloween.
Yeah.
I feel like there was another one, but I might be wrong. Anyway, the film starts in 2017.
So Noah is at an engagement party.
Yes.
And the film kind of at first wants you to think it's his.
Yeah.
And there's a slow pullback, and you realise he's at his friend's engagement party. Yeah. And getting engaged are Avery, as we said, played by Alexandra Daddario. You may know from Baywatch, the movie.
Yeah, you will. If you've seen it. If you've not seen it, you won't.
Ethan, who is played by Robbie Amell.
Yes. And
we're celebrating their engagement.
Yeah.
But Noah has got previous, hasn't he, with Avery?
Yes, he has.
So back in 2014, at the Halloween party, when he was dressed up as Garth from Wayne's World.
He was.
And Avery was dressed up as Gina Davis's character from A League of Their Own.
Yeah.
They met at the party, and they got on like a house on fire.
They did. So that's where the film cuts back now, doesn't it, to the party? And they met because he saves her from the Hulk.
Yeah.
When he knocks a drink over her or whatever, he nearly knocks a drink over her. And they get, like you say, get on like a house on fire. They decide to skip the party, and they go to a jazz bar where he works.
Yeah.
So he works as a piano man.
He's a pianist. He's only got a small pianist.
Nah. Ba-boom. And he gets on the piano and he plays a song.
Yeah, can you remember what he played?
Shout.
Yeah, do you know what my first thought was? I've always thought there was a slight similarity between Adam Devine and Jack Black.
Devine, we've already decided.
Devine and Jack Black. But when he started singing,
I
was like, you're just doing an impression of Jack Black now.
Which is not a good thing, because I really don't like Jack Black. I'm putting it out there. I'm saying it. So they're at this jazz bar playing this song, and
they're going to take some photos.
In the photo booth.
The photo booth's in the jazz bar.
Indeed.
Go back to Avery's house.
He'd never been in a photo booth before.
He did say that.
It's a strange thing. Yeah, they go back to her place. She's got a foosball table.
Yeah.
And he leans in for a kiss, and at that point it cuts away before there was any sort of connection.
Yeah, back
to the engagement party 3 years later.
And he's crying and spewing in the toilet.
Because he's got drunk, because he isn't the one who's engaged to Avery.
Yeah.
So we know that something's gone wrong over those 3 years, and she's now with somebody else.
So, and Avery and Ethan come in to sort of check he's okay, don't they? Because Ethan, just to cap it off, is a really nice guy.
He's a lovely guy. He gets him some Pepto out of his car and gets him some water. He's a really nice guy.
So Carrie, who is Avery's best friend, gives Noah a lift. Well, they thought they were going home, but they go back to the bar, don't they?
Yeah, so they go back to the same bar 3 years later.
Yeah.
Carrie isn't such a nice person. She's quite abrupt.
Well, her and Noah don't get on, do they?
They don't, and she is quite abrupt, the way she talks to him and stuff. It's funny. Yeah. At this point is where my line of the film comes in.
Okay.
So I'm going with Adam's line of the film. Okay. I don't know what we're going to call it, but this is my new segment. He's really drunk in Carrie's car, and when they get to the bar, he falls out of the car, and she goes, "Jesus Christ." And he goes, "I'm not Jesus Christ, I'm Noah." And
that's not bad.
It's brilliant. It's a great joke. And at that point, I was like, right, there's some charm to this film. I'm all in. I'm okay with this. Because, as you know, I don't do this kind of film ever.
Yeah.
And it scared me when it came out, but it won me over with that one little joke just at the beginning.
That's good.
Right at the beginning.
That's pretty good.
So that's my line of the film for this week. Anyway, they go in the bar.
You meet Max, who is Noah's best friend.
Yep.
And he essentially tells Carrie and Max that he's in love with Avery, and he has been for 3 years.
Yeah. So you find out at that point that when he went in for the kiss, he got a hug.
Yeah.
And instantly friend zoned.
And it turns out that Avery met Ethan the next day.
Very next day.
Because she had to go shopping for some orange juice.
And some cereal.
Because Noah had drunk it and eaten it all the night before.
So it's his fault that they're together.
Wow. Very indirectly.
but he thinks it's his fault. Carrie leaves.
Yeah, Max sits Noah down in the photo booth.
Yeah, to keep him away from the other people in the bar because he's wasted.
And he doesn't want to lose his job.
Yeah.
Anyway, Noah decides to put some money in.
Yeah.
And he wakes up
in 2014. The night of the party.
Yeah.
Or the morning of the night of the party.
So there's a whole... We don't need to go into too much detail probably in this bit. There's a whole bit about he's seeing the dates on the newspapers. He's trying to work out where he is.
He can't figure out what the hell's gone on. As you wouldn't if you woke up 3 years earlier.
He goes to see his mate, doesn't he? His mate Max.
Yeah,
who knows him.
Yeah. He's a high-ranking businessman in 2017, but a desk jockey in 2014.
Very much... coffee boy, isn't he, in 2014?
He meets Carrie and she's never met him before.
Correct.
So eventually he realises that he's a time traveller and that he can redo this first night with Avery.
So he kind of skips and hops down the road singing Back in Time from Back to the Future.
Yeah, he does. As you would do, I suppose, if you realised you were time travelling.
This is it's his first go at redoing this first meeting.
Yeah.
So he still goes to the party.
Yeah.
And he tries to go all smooth, doesn't he?
Yeah, he goes as James Bond.
Yeah, in a tux. He 007's it.
007's it up. He obviously knows all the answers to all the questions he's going to ask her.
Yeah.
So he preempts that by specifically saying his favourite drink is the favourite drink that she revealed was hers.
Yeah.
So she thinks there's a connection there.
He already knows all the favourite jazz musicians, etc.
Exactly, because they end up going back to the jazz bar again. So he plays her favourite. He doesn't play Shout this time.
Yeah. He
plays her favourite jazz artist. They go back into the photo booth, have some more first photos taken, and go back to hers again. This time, as they're sitting on the sofa chatting, Carrie calls to say that she's on her way home.
Yes.
Because Carrie lives with Avery.
Yeah.
And Noah cannot see Carrie because Noah's already met Carrie earlier in the day and made a dick of himself.
Correct.
Which we skipped over slightly, but he did make a bit of a dick of himself in front of Carrie earlier in the day because she was there when he realised he was a time traveller. Which made him seem like a crazy person.
She does come back.
She does.
She tells Avery that she knows this guy. He's the psycho she saw earlier and knew all about them. And then they can't come to the conclusion that he must be a stalker.
Because he knows everything about Avery.
Yeah.
Which is fair comment.
And
Carrie goes batshit crazy.
Yeah. And she knocks him out with a pot plant.
It's more of a tree.
Well, yeah, a house plant.
A house tree.
And that's it. Noah wakes up again in bed, doesn't he?
Yeah. And this is where I really like this twist for this film.
I put, this bit was good. I really like this bit.
Because he doesn't wake up the next morning. He wakes up 3 years later.
The next morning,
but in the same timeline.
Right.
So he has to deal with the consequences of his actions of that night, but 3 years later.
Correct. And everyone has
changed
because of his actions.
That's a really nice neat little twist because that happens every time.
Yeah. So should we talk through this bit? Because I thought this was the best bit in the film.
Yeah, go for it.
So Noah goes back to Avery's house to apologise for the night before.
Yes.
And he goes in and he walks in and Avery and Ethan are there. Ethan lets him in because he thinks he's someone helping with a party guest, is it? One of Avery's friends. She then walks in the room and screams, "That's the stalker from 3 years ago."
Yeah.
Ethan chokes him out. And to get out of the choke, Noah says he has a bomb.
He did say that.
He gets hit with a houseplant again.
Yeah.
And runs off saying, "I'm sorry for the bomb threat."
Yes.
I'm not really a stalker. I thought it was really good. I really like that.
Nice little twist.
Yeah.
And that's when he realises it's 3 years later, but from the second go around that he had.
Yeah. Best scene in the film, that was.
Agreed. There's a bit of a weak bit after when he realises it's the phone booth that's doing it. Because, the photo booth, that's doing it. Because it didn't really explain how he figured that out. He just went, it must be the photo booth.
Well, yeah.
But
I suppose
I'm going to forgive it that. It's fine. So he goes back to the phone booth.
Photo booth.
Why do I keep saying phone booth? It's because I watched Phone Booth when I was on holiday.
Did you? The Colin Farrell.
The Colin Farrell and Kiefer Sutherland film. He goes back to the photo booth.
There is a very famous time travelling phone booth.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted.
Very, very famous.
Yeah.
But about to be even more famous.
Yeah.
Another one's coming. 50-year-old time travellers. Yeah. Maybe that's where I'm getting it from. Maybe it's all jungled together in my head.
Maybe this has happened before.
Ooh. If you've heard this podcast before, apologies.
Right. Anyway, we're back. So he's back in 2014.
Yeah. So he goes back to the photo booth. And wakes up again in 2014.
Oh, what's his tactic this time? Second time around.
He goes and gets some advice from Max on how to talk to girls and how to be smooth. Yeah.
And Max tells him to be an asshole.
Yeah, basically, he tells him to go with all the negative energy because girls like that.
But a soft asshole, not a hard asshole.
Yeah, they do have that conversation.
So treat him mean, but not too mean.
Yeah, and that keeps him keen.
Yeah.
They go back to the party. Max goes with him to the party. I don't know, had Max been to the party before?
Don't think so.
Don't think he had.
No, because he turned down he says, I've turned down a date for you to come to
Yes, he did. And so he distracts Carrie away from Avery, but his advice doesn't really work.
Well, it works in the short term.
Yeah.
Because basically Noah shoves her in the pool. She shoves him in the pool because he's such an idiot.
Because he's a dick, yeah.
And then he pulls her in and they end up making out.
They end up being that couple that gets off with each other in the pool at the party.
They have sex.
They do.
And they wake up in 2017 and Noah's got frosted tips.
He has. And leather trousers.
Yeah. And basically him and Avery seem to be friends with benefits.
Yes, so he obviously had to be that douche, and then 3 years later he's living with the consequences of being that dick.
And he sort of wakes up and he looks in the mirror and he sees the frosted tips in his hair.
Yeah.
In 2017?
No. I had frosted tips once. Do you remember? Wow.
What sort of year are we talking?
2007? 8?
More acceptable.
I don't know.
And Noah looks in the mirror and he says, "Oh no, I've gone full asshole."
Yeah, he does.
And that just reminded me of Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder.
I've not seen Tropic Thunder.
Have you not?
No, because it's got Ben Stiller in it.
So there's a bit in Tropic Thunder where he's talking to Robert Downey Jr.'s character.
Yeah.
And basically Ben Stiller, they're all playing actors.
Yeah, I know the basic gist of it.
So Ben Stiller had got absolutely terrible reviews because he did this film where it was supposed to be an Oscar bait film.
Yeah.
He's playing a mentally handicapped person.
Okay.
But Downey Jr.'s character says, "No, where you went wrong is you went full retard."
Okay, so yeah, that's where that.
So I think that kind of
that's where that's come
play
from.
On that. So that stuck out for me.
Yeah. So Carrie still lives with Avery, and Noah goes in occasionally just for a bit of a fumble and then leaves.
And Ethan's there, but he's just friends.
He's just friends. So they're basically all 4 of them are friends.
Yeah.
But Noah's a dick. So they decide to go for a run.
Yeah.
Because that's what friends do.
Yeah. But Noah's still in his leather pants.
Yeah. He goes for a run in his leather trousers.
So yeah, hilarity ensues.
Yeah. He trips over a picnic table and things like that. Basically, it's a comedy run.
Yeah. So, but he ends up sort of having some one-to-one time with Carrie, doesn't he? And sort of explains he doesn't want to be a fuck buddy. He wants to be boyfriend material.
Yeah.
And it's the first time sort of Noah and Carrie really spend some time together. Yeah. And they get on quite well, don't they?
They do, yeah. They have a bit of a chat and a bit of a connection.
Yeah. So it's back to the photo booth.
Yeah, because he realises that because Avery's fallen for Ethan a few times, he realises he needs to be a bit more like Ethan.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. So he goes back to the photo booth. And how does he deal with the next go around? So
he decides this time in 2014 he's going to take Max up on his offer to get a job in the office with him.
Yeah, so he wants to be a bit more of a respectable citizen, gives up his job in the jazz bar.
Yeah.
And gets a job in an office and decides that's the life that Avery would want.
He's nice to the hawk at the party.
Yeah, goes. What does he dress up as this time?
The American Dream.
Brilliant. Just an American flag onesie.
Yeah.
They call the American Dream.
Well, he's got a eye mask as well.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
And they still go to the jazz club.
Yeah.
But this time Noah only used to work there.
Yeah, he left his previous job. So the new pianist, or a different pianist, dedicates a song to him, and they have a lovely time.
Yeah.
And they all go through again, and they wake up 3 years later.
He's fat.
And he's fat. Really fat.
But he's got monogram pyjamas.
Yes. And
he lives in a massive house.
He lives in a massive house, and this time he is getting engaged to Avery.
Yeah.
So this one seems to have worked. He's rich and getting engaged to the woman of his dreams.
Yeah. But he has to work a lot.
A lot.
because he's given a lot up for his career.
Yeah. It turns out he's a senior vice president of this company. And he also speaks Chinese now.
Yep.
Which he didn't know. And he just started speaking and it was Chinese. I quite like that. I thought that was
when he didn't realise he could speak
it.
Yeah.
And then he just could.
Yeah.
He knows everybody's name, which freaks him out because he doesn't know any of these people, but he greets them all by their names. I thought that was a nice little twist. But Max doesn't like him.
No, so he is enemies with his
former
best friend Max because he stole his promotion.
Yeah, because in the original timeline, Max was the senior vice president.
Yeah.
And now Noah's stolen that from him.
So he's late for his own engagement party.
Yeah.
And he can't play the piano anymore.
Yeah, he can't play the piano anymore. Why?
Well, basically because he hasn't played it for
3 years.
3 years.
Okay.
I think that's what I took from it.
Yeah, that's what I took from it as well, but I didn't really like it. Because I figured once you can play the piano...
It felt a bit forced.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that bad. It was literally
like... You just mashing the keys like...
If I sat down at the piano.
Yeah, well, if I did. But I feel like if you know how to play the piano, you know how to play the piano.
To a degree.
To a degree.
You're 3 years, you're not going to...
You're not going to completely forget what a tune is.
Yeah.
No, I didn't like that. But somebody's thrown up in the toilet at this engagement party.
Yes.
Who was that?
It's Ethan.
Yeah.
So he is in Noah's role from the original timeline.
Yeah. So Ethan's thrown up in the party because he's in love with Avery. And Noah's really nice to him.
Yeah.
Takes him some Pepto out of his car. And it's basically that first scene replayed. But with role reversal. Noah offers to drive him... Does he offer to drive him home?
He does drive him home.
He does drive him home, doesn't he? Yeah.
And...
Yes.
And Ethan basically confesses that he's in love with Avery.
Yeah.
So he gets back to the house.
Yes, he goes back to the house.
Avery is... Well, she's gone to bed or whatever, because the party's all finished up. So Noah ends up talking to Carrie.
Yes.
And it essentially comes out in the conversation that Avery doesn't love Noah. Well, not enough. Not in that way.
She's marrying him, but more out of habit than anything else. She doesn't love him for who he is.
But again, for the second go around in a row, Noah and Carrie
have a bit of a...
really hit it off.
Have a connection.
Yeah.
He realises that even though he's got the woman of his dreams about to marry him, he's got all the money in the world, he needs to go back to the phone booth again.
Yeah, he's not got his friends. His happiness is causing other unhappiness.
Yes.
So he doesn't want to stay in that timeline.
Yeah. I think, it is at this point where he realises that it isn't Avery he wants after all.
Yeah.
Because he goes once he's gone back and woke up again in 2014, he takes Ethan to the party with him.
And he's not sure that Carrie's the one for him.
Yeah.
But he wants to...
explore that option.
Yeah. It's not...
He's got the option.
It's a bit subtle, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like... I mean, it's not blooming rocket science, is it? But it's...
He's got as many go-arounds as he wants as far as he's concerned, so he might as well have a go to see if this one works. So he randomly just goes and gets Ethan out of his house, even though they've never met.
Yes.
And says, we're going to go to this party together. I'm going to introduce you to the girl.
What's he dressed as this time?
Cupid.
Yes.
Yes, he was dressed as Cupid because he was obviously going to set up this couple. And he does.
Yeah, and he introduces Ethan to Avery, tells him they're going to get on really well. Avery sort of says, how do you know that guy, Noah?
Yeah.
And Ethan goes, well, I've met him like 8 minutes ago.
Yeah, never met him before in my life. So anyway, they do start to get on. Noah goes and talks to Carrie.
Can I just talk about Carrie's Halloween costume, because we've not mentioned it yet?
Go for it.
I love a good pun.
Brilliant. Yes, I know what you're going to say.
It hadn't occurred to me.
I didn't understand what the hell.
Every time she'd been in this
same costume.
Yeah. And they finally, in this last go around, dropped what it was.
Yeah.
And I hadn't got it.
I hadn't got it at all either.
What was she?
So she was dressed as a basketball player.
Yeah.
With a rubber ring around her waist.
Yeah.
That was a donut.
Yeah.
So what was she?
A Dunkin' Donut.
Yeah, I hadn't.
It really made me chuckle.
Yeah, it was good. I'll give you that. It was good.
Ethan and Avery are off bonding and getting to know each other, and at the same time, Carrie and Noah are doing the same thing.
Yeah, so all four of them go to the jazz bar this time,
doing shots. There's a bit of a montage, partying, having fun, and,
they're all having a great time. He starts playing the piano for Carrie, and she sits down and starts playing with him.
Yeah,
so she's a pianist as well.
And they start talking about jazz musicians.
Yeah,
and it turns out it was Carrie who's the jazz fan all along.
Yeah.
Not Avery.
She was also the League of Their Own fan.
Yeah, and Avery was borrowing Carrie's costume.
Yes. And the foosball table was Carrie's as well.
Yeah.
So the woman that he's fallen in love with all these times is Avery, but she's living Carrie's life in this party, basically.
Yeah.
She's just being Carrie. Yeah. So that's the end of that. So he obviously knows he's going to wake up 3 years later, and he does.
Yeah. So all 4 of them get in the photo booth and have photos and stuff. Yeah. So that's the new sort of memory from 2014.
Yeah. He wakes up 3 years later again, and he's back at Avery and Ethan's engagement party.
Yeah. Max is his friend again.
Max is his friend again, but it isn't with Carrie.
No.
So Carrie has got back with her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because he figures he would be. Because he figures he loves her.
Yeah, because they had a great night.
And 3 years later, that's how things work. So he goes to kiss her, but she pushes him away.
Well, first, he gets a bit of a pep talk from Max before he goes to see her.
Yes,
and Max sort of says...
Skipping ahead.
No, it's fine. It's just there's a couple of lines in there, which, again, it's a bit sugary, but it fits the film, doesn't it? And Max sort of tells him, he should be living in the now. Take your opportunities.
Yeah.
So, as you say, he goes and finds Carrie.
Yes. But she completely rejects him. She's with her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Somehow he realises that if he had never done anything in the first place, he would have ended up with Carrie anyway.
Well, he thinks he might.
That's his reasoning.
He basically, now realising that he really likes Carrie, he thinks if I had just done exactly the same as I did
on the first
time, she still would have come into my life.
Yeah.
Because I made friends with Avery, and actually there was nothing wrong with me in the original timeline because I've still got a chance to pursue Carrie because she's not with this boyfriend.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So he goes back to the photo booth.
Well, he tries.
He tries because the photo booth's not in the jazz bar anymore.
No, there's another photo booth, a modern
day photo, because this is like an old-fashioned photo booth. Yeah, I've probably not said that, but so he panics, he freaks out a little bit.
They might be stuck.
Where in this timeline where he hasn't got anybody. But who brought it for him? Because
so Avery and Ethan turn up, and
so they've brought him as a gift.
Yeah, and they say, "Why weren't you at our engagement party, which was yesterday?" Yeah. Now this is a nice little detail, and the reason he missed their engagement party was because they had it a day early because he got them together a day earlier. He got them together at the Halloween party rather than getting together the day after the Halloween
party. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that.
Did you not?
No, I thought it was a nice little
that is a nice detail. Little twist, yeah. And Avery sort of says to him, "Well, the photo booth's at your house. We brought it for you." Yeah.
Over the last 3 years, at some point, we brought you this and gifted it to you.
So he goes back to his house, and there it is. And there's a sort of inscription in there, and it says, "To our friend Noah, lots of love from Avery and Ethan."
Yeah. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You buy him a nice... That must have cost a pretty penny.
I thought so.
Time-travelling photo booth. I've nearly said phone booth again. So he thinks, I'm going to go back in time one more time. I'm going to do everything exactly as I did the first time around.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. So he does. He literally replays the beginning of the film over and over again.
Yeah.
They go back to the party.
Yeah, it's back at the engagement party for the final time. So instead of getting drunk and spewing in the toilet, he asks Carrie out on a date to the jazz club.
So they go to the jazz club.
And
that is where the film ends.
Yeah.
So we're left guessing whether they actually did get together or not, but I'm going to say they did.
Not really. There's a photo montage in the end credits of them doing did you turn it off before this?
Maybe.
As the credits come on, there's a whole photo montage of Noah and Carrie doing lots of things together.
Oh, okay. I must have turned it off because I didn't catch that.
So
my bad. I've missed the end. So they are together. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad.
What did you think?
I'm a bit torn on it. I did enjoy it, but it's a Sunday afternoon, leave your brain at the door kind of film.
That's what Netflix is for.
Yeah, it is. That is exactly right. It is exactly what Netflix is for.
It's got recognisable faces in.
Yeah.
It would have been reasonably cheap to make. It's sweet.
It's fun and it's funny in places. Yeah, it is. It's fine. It's a brainless comedy. It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
I'd give it a bit more credit than that. Than a brainless comedy. I think it had a few nice touches and callbacks and details in it.
When I say brainless, I don't mean like, it's stupid. I mean, like, you leave your brain and you can just sink yourself into it and not have to worry about it too much.
I think if you'd have asked me for a one-word review...
why did I not ask you for a one-word review?
It probably would have been...
We're rubbish at this podcast.
It probably would have been sweet.
Yeah.
I tell you...
We've even written the format down and I still didn't ask you.
I tell you what I would put as a positive spin. I thought all 4 leads were really good.
Agreed. I absolutely agreed.
The chemistry was really good.
He only had a smaller part in it, but I thought Robbie Amell was brilliant.
Yeah.
Every one of his lines was good.
I was really impressed with the character of Carrie.
Yeah.
Played by a lady called Shelley Henning, and I thought she was excellent.
Yeah, she was. She did play it really well. I don't really like Adam Devine. That's the first thing I've seen him in. He overacts a little bit for me. He's a bit Adam Sandler-y, Ben Stiller-y, Seth Rogen-y.
The first half an hour, there was a lot of that.
Yeah.
And then it pulled back.
I think, you're probably right to be fair to it.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it.
It isn't a film I would have watched if it wasn't for this podcast, but I didn't hate it, and I did quite enjoy it. I'm not going to lie.
That's interesting. I'm a little bit surprised it won you around a bit, because I did wonder if you'd be sitting there just really not enjoying it.
No, I did. I tell you, it was that first joke of "I'm not Jesus Christ, I'm Noah" that made me laugh, and I kind of settled into it from there. And I thought, I know what I'm getting from this film now.
Good.
Yeah, it was alright. It was good. It was a good fun film.
I thought we might be sitting here and with you hating it and me sort of saying, no, it's fine.
I'm not going to lie, I thought the same, because I really didn't want to watch it. I put it off. I mean, this is Friday night we're recording. I watched it on Wednesday.
That's late for you.
That is late for me. I'm normally, because I'm like, I didn't want to watch it. I'm not going to lie. But I did watch it, and it was alright. It was fine. It was fine. It's middle of the road. Good fun film.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And which is about what? It's 6.4 on IMDb. Okay. Which is pretty good, but it's middling, isn't it? So we're going to see where it goes in our stream table.
Yeah.
The 18th film in the stream table.
You can go first. Because it's not your... It's a bit out of your comfort zone, so you can have first stab at it. Because I think, although we both had similar feelings about it, I think we might possibly put it in quite different places.
Okay, so it's mid-table, yeah?
Yep.
So I'm going with the 7th film on the list is I Think We're Alone Now. Then it's Don't Kill It, then it's Bottom of the World, then it's The Cured. It's definitely better than The Cured. Bottom of the World, yes, it's better. It's, for me, I'm going to put it there. I'll put it between Don't Kill It and Bottom of the World.
You continue to surprise me.
Really?
Yeah, that's exactly where I would put it.
No way.
I thought you'd dumping it lower than that. Yeah.
No, it's a lot better than The Package.
Yeah.
Which is maybe higher up than it needs to be. It's better than The Cured, and Bottom of the World's freaking weird. But
yeah, I thought you'd have it under that. So yeah, I that's exactly where I'd have it.
Okay, so
where does that put it? 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th?
9th.
Dead middle. We're 9th out of 18. We said it was a middling film, and it is. So yeah, 9th.
Yeah,
it's alright. If you enjoy this sort of thing, you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
go out and watch it. If you like Netflix original rom-coms,
I think he'd be a particular kind of person to not find anything in this person.
Yeah,
it's definitely the most mainstream thing we've talked about.
Did you watch it with your wife?
I did, yeah.
Did she like it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun times.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody who wouldn't like it. Probably only me, and I did like it. So that's where we go.
Excellent.
Apart from him, I don't like him very much. Right, let's pick next week's film, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Where is my app? There it is. Right, I'm going to make the noise now. I am the pretty thing that lives in the house.
Catchy.
That's a long title. That is a long title. I am the pretty thing that lives in a house. In the house. Okay, I've just looked it up on IMDb. It is a 2016 Netflix original again.
Okay. Horror
mystery thriller.
Okay.
So we haven't done a proper horror film.
No,
This is a ghost film.
I mean, we did await further instructions, which had
that's not
elements of horror, but no,
we haven't done any ghost. Cube, yeah.
Maybe the closest we've got to a proper horror.
The synopsis of this film is: a young nurse takes care of an elderly author who lives in a haunted house. So this is a proper haunted house, ghostly horror film.
Excellent.
Starring Ruth Wilson.
Okay.
Paula Prentice and Bob Balaban.
Oh, Bob Balaban.
Bob Balaban.
That's another good name to say.
It is indeed. Do you want to watch the trailer?
Yeah.
I have heard myself say, the house that holds a memory of a death is the staying place of a rotted ghost. My name is Lily. I'm going to be staying with you from now on. I hope that's all right. I am 28 years old. I will never be 29. pretty thing you are looking at is me. But it is me that still cannot see any of what is coming. Me that can see only the drawer that opens. Hello? And the spots that spread. That terrible book. The woman who wrote it all down. Only the name, her name.
Paul?
But I cannot see it, even as I look right at it.
Yeah.
Looks creepy.
Looks creepy, looks scary.
I'm good. I'm excited.
I'm excited. That's something different.
Yeah, that'll be fun to talk about, I think.
It will. So go out and watch I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House.
Back in your
comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in my comfort zone.
You're the horror one of the two of us.
I do enjoy a good horror film. So yeah, go and watch that and we'll be back next week to talk about it with you.
Cheers.
Thanks. Bye.